Alright, this is going to be my setup for now. I kind of like it better, so we might just keep it like this. Before I recap the game, I need a jersey rotation. So like I have all these jerseys up here. If you go to the community tab on my YouTube channel page, you'll see a post saying, give me a jersey rotation for my Rays recap videos, and I'll choose the one I like the most. So far, it's got 5 likes, but no suggestions. So give me something. Give me something. Alright, so I'm not even going to bother recapping the last couple games that I've missed, just because we've lost almost all of them, and there's really no point. Nobody's going to watch those recaps anyway. So we'll stick to the most recent game, just ended. Rays lose. Not only that, they get swept to the New York Yankees. Before I talk about today's game, I want to talk about yesterday's game, because yesterday's game, we were perfectly capable of winning it. Ryan Yarbrough just threw a scoreless inning, and for whatever reason, Kevin Cash decided to put in Chaz Rowe. And if you've seen some of my recaps, you know that I am not a believer nor fan of Chaz Rowe. I think he's awful. I honestly believe he is the worst pitcher in the Rays pitching staff right now. So when he comes in, I'm like, oh no. So, Ryan Yarbrough, he plays a great game. We put in Chaz Rowe for absolutely no reason, and guess what he does? Gives up 3 runs right away. I just don't see why the Rays believe in Chaz Rowe so much. Kevin Cash, why do you believe in Chaz Rowe so much? Why did you take out Ryan Yarbrough? Look, Kevin Cash, he's been a great manager for the Rays. I don't have hardly any problems with him, but one of those problems that I do have with him is that he overmanages sometimes. And yesterday's game was a perfect example of overmanaging. Ryan Yarbrough plays great, puts in Chaz Rowe for no reason. Chaz Rowe blows the game, and that's why I call him Chaz Blow, because he blows leads every single time. Very, very frustrating. The Rays were perfectly capable of winning it, but instead, no, Chaz Rowe gives it up again. And for today's game, just a clusterfuck to begin with. Our reigning Cy Young winner, Blake Snell, plays 0.1 innings. In the first inning, Blake Snell gives up 6 runs, 1 out. 6 runs, 1 out. And then he gets pulled in the first inning. So, it was just bad. I'm not even going to go over the scoring plays, because I don't want to say, oh, Yankees play, Yankees play, Yankees play. Yeah, so like I said in previous videos, every team goes through a slump at some point. And right now, this is the Rays slump. They're 3-7 in their last 10. It began when we lost a series to the Oakland Athletics, who are a 500 team. We lost a series to the Athletics. And then we tied a 4-game series versus the Angels. And now we just got swept by the New York Yankees. And I just read today that Yankees owner Steinbrenner says that he will spend over the salary limit or whatever to improve his roster. And this is the one flaw with Major League Baseball, is they haven't implemented the salary cap yet. The other 3 major sports have implemented the salary cap. You see how every season almost any team can win the Stanley Cup. Almost any team can make it to the Super Bowl. Did you guys expect the Eagles to make it 2 years ago? No. They were expected to be a 500 team by the end of the season, and they end up winning the Super Bowl with the backup quarterback. What I'm saying is, it evens out. It evens out the teams. There's not a team that can be overpowered. But in baseball, being a Rays fan, you have the lowest payroll in the MLB. You get 57, 60-something million every year to spend. Because we play in a city called St. Petersburg, has a population of 260,000. Not very many people. So obviously, we're not bringing in very much money to spend on players. And then, when we're the expansion team in 1998, the MLB puts us in the same division as Boston and New York. And if you didn't know, New York has a population of 8 million. And yet, our small market team that plays in a city with 200,000 has to compete against a city with 8 million every year. So tell me, who do you think has more fans? Who do you think is going to bring in more money annually? It's a no-brainer. It doesn't even come close. It doesn't. So guess how much the Yankees get to spend every year because of the money they bring in? Millions. I'm talking, I think, 200 something million, 250, 275 million, something off the charts ridiculous. And so every single year, the Rays just get owned by the Yankees because their roster is always 10 times better than Tampa's because they get to afford all these great players. It's ridiculous. Honestly, the MLB, they need to implement the salary cap. They need to. At some point, it's gotta happen. The NHL finally did it in 2004. There hasn't been a dynasty since. Almost every team is so incredibly even. It's ridiculous. But that's what makes it fun. It's unpredictable and it makes it fun. In baseball, you can see a mile away that the Dodgers are going to make the World Series. You can see a mile away that the Yankees are going to make the playoffs. And a lot of people use the excuse, a lot of big market fans who don't want to implement the salary cap, why would you? Always use the excuse, oh, but a small market team makes the World Series every now and again. Oh, but the Yankees haven't won the World Series since 2009. Look, for me, it's not about World Series wins. It's about playoff appearances. The Yankees and Dodgers and Cubs and Red Sox, they seem to make the playoffs almost every single season. The Rays haven't made it since 2013. The Athletics made it for the first time in like 5 years last season. Could be wrong, but you get the point. Big markets consistently make the playoffs because they get to afford all these great players every season. Small market teams have to strategize. They have to get these prospects. They have to draft prospects. They have to have them go through the minor league system, and they just have to hope it all works out. And all these rookies will all come up at the same time and just be great. And that's what happened in 2008 with the Rays. In 2008, the Rays ended up making the World Series because of all of our prospects who ended up being great at the same time. We did not have one expensive standout player that the whole league knew. We didn't have any of that. It was literally a bunch of nobodies. But what happens? A few years later, we have to trade David Price. We have to trade Ben Zobrist. Joe Madden leaves for Chicago. It falls apart. So when small market teams are good, like the Rays I consider to be good this season, don't take that shit for granted. Enjoy it while it lasts. Because in a few years, we're not going to have Blake Snell. We're not going to have Charlie Morton. Austin Meadows will probably be gone. Tyler Glasnow will probably be gone. All these great players of ours will probably be gone just because we can't afford them. And so, right now, because the Rays are good, I'm not taking this for granted. I'm enjoying it. I just have to hope that we can take these next few years that we're going to be good. I'm talking maybe, we'll probably be good for like 3 years. 3 years, 4 years tops when we'll be playoff contenders. And you just have to pray that we can go on a deep run. And you have to keep in the back of your head that that's an unrealistic expectation. Because I don't expect to make the World Series and then beat the Dodgers. No way. Absolutely not. Like, if the Rays made a one-game wild card this season, and you started Charlie Morton, there's no doubt in my mind we'd win that game. But when you're talking about a series, it depends. If it's a best of 5, you have to win 3 games, right? Boom. Blake Snell, that's 50-50. Charlie Morton, that's a win. Tyler Glasnow, healthy, that's a win. And then just use an opener. Ryan Stanek, that's a 50-50 as well. You can win just as many games with the opener as you can with Blake Snell. Anyways, with today's game, we lose 12-1 to the New York Yankees, get swept. And you know what's bad? When Daniel Robertson, your third baseman, pitches a better inning than your reigning Cy Young winner, Blake Snell. That's right, Daniel Robertson gave up 1 hit, 0 runs, and Edwin Encarnacion, the American League home runs leader currently, grounded into a double play, ending the inning to a Daniel Robertson pitch. And that, to me, was the highlight of the Rays game, was Daniel Robertson pitched a scoreless inning. Oh boy, yeah, we're going to move on from now. The Rays now start a series versus the Athletics. I can't remember if it's a 3-game or a 4-game. I think it's a 3-game, so hopefully we can rebound a little bit after losing a series to them recently. I hope we can take 2 out of 3 here. Or if it's a 4-game, tie it. Just tie it and I'll be happy. So with that being said, Rays up, Rays get swept. Not fun at all. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.